Similarly, Imam Ibn al-Jawzi, he mentions, اعلم يا بني وفقك الله للصواب أنه لم يتميز الآدمي بالعقل إلا ليعمل بمقتضاه فاستحذر عقلك وأعمل فكرك واخلو بنفسك وتعلم بالدليل أنك مخلوق مكلف وأن عليك فرائض أنت مطالب بها. He said, "No, O my son, may Allah Azza wa Jal bless you with correctness, that the Adami, yani the human being, is not distinguished except by way of his aql, except by way of his intellect. And he was not given it except to act in accordance with it. And so use your intellect. وَأَعْمِلْ فِكْرَك, and think. وَأَخْلُ بِنَفْسِك, and have some time to yourself. Think to yourself when you're alone. And know with evidence that you are makhluk, that you are created and bound by the Sharia. And that upon you are fara'id, upon you are compulsory actions that you are, or that it is sought from you to carry out. That you are bound to carry out. Again, ikhwan, when we read this statement, this initial statement of the Imam, after that introductory paragraph, he begins by mentioning, "No, O my son, may Allah grant you success," making dua for him, supplicating for him. So the son feels that he wishes good for him. "No, may Allah Azza wa Jal grant you success, that the human being has not been distinguished with the aql except that he may act in accordance with it." Understand the statement first and foremost. Ikhwan, as we mentioned, the aql and the intellect is and was not created to be acted upon independently. Rather, the aql, ikhwan, is acted upon in accordance with the sharia. And that, of course, is the intent of Ibn al-Jawzi. That the aql, the intellect, you were given it in order to reflect upon that which is present within the kitab and the sunnah. To reflect upon the sharia. To reflect upon the realities of the creation around you. And use your head. Think. أعمل فكرك. Use your head. And وَخْلُ بِنَفْسِكَ, and take some time out to yourself to reflect and know with evidence that you are bound by or that you are created and that you are bound by the Sharia, and that there are certain things that are compulsory upon you to carry out. What we understand, or we benefit a number of benefits from this statement. Similarly, from the things that we benefit, ikhwan, again, if we look at the statement, we have the statement itself and then we have those themes. The statement itself is that he was reminding his son of the fact that you have an intellect, ya bunay. You have a brain and a heart. And the place of the intellect, ikhwan, is not only in the head and in the brain, but that which is correct, it is between the brain and the heart. And that the heart is considered from the aql, or the place of the aql. And so the correction of the heart in using one's head is of the essence. Because when the heart is pure, then the intellect, it works most correctly with the text of the Sharia. And so it was as though, ikhwan, Al-Imam Ibn al-Jawzi, after mentioning the fact that marriage is a good thing, seeking children and what have you, and then reminding him of my example, you should follow my example, it is as though he is saying to his son, "Ya bunay, oh my son, be smart. Be a smart boy. Be a smart man. Don't be a fool. Use your head. Use your sense. Allah Azza wa Jal has created that within you. Don't be a fool." And so now we see our shabab growing knowing the kitab, knowing the sunnah, knowing of the way of the sahaba, knowing about the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, knowing about the salaf of this ummah, and then reaching an age of discernment and desiring, ikhwan, those who Allah Azza wa Jal has placed upon a path of misguidance, desiring to be like them. Such and such a rapper, and such a football player, and such a sportsman, and such a musician. Individuals, ikhwan, who, until they receive guidance, are in the realms of the fools. And so here then we have individuals who know better, Muslimun, given guidance. Guidance, ikhwan, the best of guidance that creation has ever received, following fools. And so as it used to be said, who is more fool? The fool or the fool who follows the fool? Who is more fool? And so Ibn al-Jawzi, ikhwan, here he mentions one from the themes. Come on, son. Use your head. Be smart. Don't be a fool. And don't follow fools. Use your head. You're better than them. You've been blessed with guidance and correctness and uprightness. And know that the majority of those that you follow, if they knew what you knew, then they would say, I wish it had come to me earlier. I wish we had received this earlier. Where has this been? And they would leave the foolishness that there are upon many of them. And they would follow that which you have. But yet still here we are, young fools, following fools. And so here Al-Imam Ibn al-Jawzi, he mentions, no, that the Adami was not distinguished with the Aql except to use it in accordance with the Sharia. So use your head, think, be smart. And then he mentions, وَخْلُ بِنَفْسِكَ. And it is as though he was saying, when he said here, وَخْلُ بِنَفْسِكَ, yani have some time to yourself, think to yourself, by yourself. It is as though he is saying to his son, look, do away with the companionship. Don't be from those who are influenced by your friends and by your peers. Leave them alone for a minute. Don't follow them and don't think what would they do here. And don't think about how they would be. Leave them alone. Use your head. Think, be smart, be intelligent. Think about that which Allah Azza wa Jal has given to you. وَخْلُ بِنَفْسِكَ. Have some time to yourself. Think. And that is why you find, brothers and sisters, that many of those who are upon that way of misguidance, and that way of following the path of kufr, and following the path of evil, that one of the main things that changes many of them is for them to get a few years in jail. And that, brothers and sisters, oftentimes is a blessing in disguise. Because now they have some time to do as Imam Ibn al-Jawzi here mentions. وَخْلُ بِنَفْسِكَ. Be alone. Take some time out. Think to yourself. Yeah, and detach yourself from your friends and from your peers and think.